I'm Elena, your host, and I'm absolutely thrilled you're here. If you're serious about elevating your English from functional to truly fluent, you're in the perfect place. We're here to help you move beyond the basics and embrace the rich, nuanced way native speakers communicate. In our previous episode, the first part of Speak Like a Local, we embarked on a foundational journey, diving into over 50 essential American English idioms and slang terms. We explored their core meanings, practiced phrases like under the weather, piece of cake, and lit, and began to understand their basic usage. That episode laid the groundwork for recognizing these crucial elements of authentic English. However, recognizing a phrase is merely the first, albeit important, step. True mastery comes from knowing when to use them, how to use them appropriately, and how to seamlessly decode them in the rapid-fire flow of everyday native conversations. This second part of our series is dedicated to bridging that gap. We will equip you with advanced strategies to not only comprehend these vibrant linguistic shortcuts, but to integrate them naturally and confidently into your own speech. We'll delve into the crucial spectrum of formality, explore practical techniques for understanding fast-spoken idioms, and, most importantly, guide you on how to skillfully navigate common pitfalls that can inadvertently make your English sound less natural than you intend. Get ready to truly unlock the expressive power of American English, making your communication richer, more vibrant, and undeniably authentic. Let's begin our deeper dive. The formality and tone spectrum, nuance for naturalness. To truly master American English idioms and slang, we must understand a fundamental, often unstated rule. Not all phrases are created equal. They exist on a dynamic spectrum, ranging from highly formal to incredibly casual. Recognizing where a particular phrase sits on this scale is paramount to sounding natural and appropriate in any given social or professional setting. It's akin to understanding social etiquette. Certain expressions are perfect for a relaxed gathering with friends, while others are better suited for a formal presentation. Using the wrong one can lead to misunderstandings, unintended humor, or simply make your speech sound out of place. We'll categorize our new set of idioms and slang to help you navigate this spectrum with confidence. Remember, the goal is to enhance your communication, not just to show off a list of words. Formal and universal phrases for precision and professionalism. These idioms are widely understood and generally safe for use across almost any context, be it professional, academic, or informal. They add clarity and conciseness without sacrificing professionalism, making your arguments more precise and your understanding deeper. The bottom line, this phrase refers to the most important point, the essential result, or the fundamental truth of a situation. It's often used in business context to refer to net profit, but broadly, it means the core takeaway. Example 1. We've discussed all the options, but the bottom line is, we need to increase our sales by 20% this quarter. Example 2. She tends to talk for a long time, but the bottom line of her advice is always practical and helpful. Example 3. For all our disagreements, the bottom line is that we're a team working towards a common goal. Go the extra mile. This means to make a special effort, to do more than what is required or expected. It emphasizes dedication and commitment. Example 1. Our customer service team always goes the extra mile to ensure client satisfaction, even on weekends. Example 2. To truly master a new language, you need to go the extra mile and practice speaking every single day. Example 3. He didn't just fix the problem, He went the extra mile and optimized the entire system. Get something off the ground. This idiom means to successfully start a project, enterprise, or initiative. It implies the initial effort to bring something from an idea to a functioning reality. Example 1. It took months of planning and fundraising to get the new community center off the ground. Example 2. Once we get this marketing campaign off the ground, we'll see a significant increase in public awareness. Example 3. The hardest part of any startup is often just getting it off the ground. The jury is still out. This idiom means that a decision has not yet been made, or the outcome is still uncertain and subject to further development or evidence. Example 1. The new treatment has shown some promise, but the jury is still out on its long-term effectiveness. Example 2. Will the economy recover by next year? The jury is still out, as there are many unpredictable factors. Example 3. After her controversial speech, the jury is still out on how her political career will fare. Hold all the cards. This means to have all the advantages or to be in a position of complete control in a situation or negotiation. Example 1. With the exclusive patent for the technology, their company holds all the cards in the market. Example 2. During the negotiation, it became clear that the buyer held all the cards due to the seller's urgent need for cash. Example 3. When you have strong evidence, you usually hold all the cards in a debate. Pull rank. This means to use one's position of authority or seniority to gain an advantage, assert control, or make someone do something, often implying an unfair or unwelcome use of power. Example 1. The senior manager didn't agree with our proposal, so he just pulled rank and demanded we change it. Example 2. I didn't want to work late, but my supervisor pulled rank and made it mandatory. Example 3. It's frustrating when someone has to pull rank instead of discussing things as a team. Read the fine print. This means to pay close attention to the small, often hidden details in a contract, agreement, or any document, as these details can be crucial. Example 1. Before signing any loan agreement, always read the fine print carefully to avoid hidden fees. Example 2. The warranty seems great, but you should always read the fine print for exclusions. Example 3. Many people neglect to read the fine print when they download apps, agreeing to terms they don't understand. The powers that be. This refers to the people who are in control or authority, often a group whose specific identity is not known or not relevant, but whose decisions impact others. Example 1. Apparently, the powers that be have decided to cut the departmental budget again this year. Example 2. We submitted our request to the powers that be, but we're still waiting for approval. Example 3. It seems the powers that be are pushing for more online learning initiatives. Take the high road. To act honorably, ethically, and morally, especially when it is difficult or when others are acting unfairly or provocatively. Example 1. Despite his opponent's personal attacks, the politician decided to take the high road and focus on policy. Example 2. When someone is rude to you, it's always better to take the high road and respond with kindness. Example 3. She chose to take the high road and forgive him, even though he had hurt her. On the same wavelength? This means to be in strong agreement or to have similar ideas, thoughts, and understanding with someone, often implicitly without needing to articulate every point. Example 1. We hardly needed to discuss the project. We were completely on the same wavelength from the start. Example 2. It's easy to work with a colleague when you're on the same wavelength creatively. Example 3. During our brainstorming session, it felt like everyone was on the same wavelength. In full swing, this means at a stage of maximum activity, progress, or development, operating very energetically. Example 1. By mid-morning, the construction of the new building was in full swing. Example 2. The festival is in full swing now with music playing and people dancing everywhere. Example 3. Preparations for the annual charity gala are in full swing. Behind the scenes. This refers to events, work, or activities that take place secretly out of public view or without public knowledge. Example 1. A lot of hard work goes on behind the scenes to produce a successful theatrical performance. Example 2. The documentary revealed the intense negotiations that happened behind the scenes before the peace treaty was signed. Example 3. She's a quiet person, but she's a powerful force behind the scenes in the organization. Give the green light. This means to give permission for something to go ahead. To authorize a project or action. Example 1. The board finally gave us the green light to proceed with the new product launch. Example 2. We're just waiting for the city to give us the green light before we start construction. Example 3. The doctor gave her the green light to return to work after her recovery. Raise the bar. This means to set higher standards or expectations for quality or achievement. Example 1. With their innovative designs, the new company has really raised the bar for smartphone technology. Example 2. The coach always challenges his athletes to raise the bar at every practice. Example 3. Her outstanding presentation really raised the bar for future student projects. Think tank. This refers to a group of experts brought together, often by an institution or government, to provide advice and ideas on specific political, economic, or scientific problems. Example 1. The government commissioned a specialized think tank to develop strategies for urban revitalization. Example 2. She left her corporate job to join a leading environmental think tank. Example 3. Our goal is to be a leading think tank in educational policy reform. Come to terms with. This means to accept and deal with a difficult or unpleasant situation or fact, often after a period of struggle or denial. Example 1. It took him a long time to come to terms with the loss of his pet. Example 2. The company had to come to terms with the fact that their old business model was no longer sustainable. Example 3. She's finally coming to terms with the idea of moving to a new city. Common and everyday idioms for authentic flow. These expressions are incredibly prevalent in daily conversation and are generally acceptable in most casual to semi-formal situations. They are the backbone of natural, fluent conversational English, making your speech sound much more idiomatic and authentic. A drop in the bucket. This describes a very small, insignificant amount compared to what is needed or expected. Example 1. Our small donation was just a drop in the bucket compared to the funds needed for the disaster relief effort. Example 2. The 5 minutes of overtime I worked today is just a drop in the bucket compared to the time I spent last week. Example 3. This minor repair is a drop in the bucket compared to the cost of a full renovation. Bite your tongue. This means to stop yourself from saying something, often because it would be inappropriate, rude, or harmful even if you want to say it. Example 1. I really wanted to argue, but I had to bite my tongue and let him finish speaking. Example 2. My grandmother taught me to bite my tongue if I don't have something nice to say. Example 3. She nearly bit her tongue when the manager made that insensitive comment. By hook or by crook, this means by any means possible, fair or unfair, honest or dishonest. It implies determination to achieve a goal regardless of the method. Example 1. He was determined to win the competition by hook or by crook, even if it meant staying up all night. Example 2. We'll finish this project on time, by hook or by crook. Example 3. She vowed to find her lost dog by hook or by crook. Cry wolf. To give false alarms. To repeatedly raise false alarms, leading people to disbelieve genuine warnings when they eventually occur. Example 1. The boy who cried wolf eventually wasn't believed when a real wolf appeared. Example 2. Don't cry wolf about minor issues, or people won't listen when there's a serious problem. Example 3. He's always complaining about being overworked. People just think he's crying wolf. Down to earth. This describes a person who is practical, realistic, sensible, and unpretentious. Someone who is easy to get along with. Example 1. Despite her fame, the actress is surprisingly down to earth and easy to talk to. Example 2. I appreciate his down-to-earth approach to problem solving. He's very practical. Example 3. He's a very down-to-earth kind of guy, always keeps things simple and real. Get a grip. This means to gain control of one's emotions or behavior, especially when one is upset, overwhelmed, or acting irrationally. Example 1. Stop panicking and get a grip. We can figure this out. Example 2. She was about to burst into tears, but she took a deep breath and got a grip. Example 3. He needs to get a grip on his finances before it's too late. Have a lot on your plate. This means to have many responsibilities, tasks, or problems to deal with, implying that one is very busy or overwhelmed. Example 1. I can't take on any new projects right now. I already have a lot on my plate. Example 2. She's been stressed lately because she has a lot on her plate with work and family commitments. Example 3. Given that you have a lot on your plate, we can postpone this discussion until next week. In a nutshell, this means briefly, in summary, to put it very simply. It's used to condense a lot of information into a short, concise statement. Example 1. So, in a nutshell, the new policy means everyone will work from home 2 days a week. Example 2. Can you explain the plot of the movie in a nutshell? Example 3. To put it in a nutshell, we need to completely overhaul our marketing strategy. In a pickle, this means to be in a difficult or awkward situation, a predicament. Example 1. I'm in a real pickle. I accidentally double-booked myself for 2 important meetings. Example 2. The team found themselves in a pickle when their main supplier went out of business. Example 3. He was in a pickle after losing his wallet right before his flight. Off the top of my head. This means from memory without careful thought, preparation, or looking something up. It implies a quick, spontaneous answer. Example 1. Off the top of my head, I'd say the capital of Canada is Ottawa, but I'd need to double-check. Example 2. I can't recall all the details off the top of my head, but I remember the main points. Example 3. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 different solutions to this problem. Round the clock. This means continuously, all day and all night, 24 hours a day. Example 1. The emergency services work round the clock to assist people in need. Example 2. During the crisis, the factory was operating round the clock to produce essential supplies. Example 3. They provided round-the-clock care for their elderly parents. See eye to eye. This means to be in complete agreement with someone, to share the same opinion or viewpoint. Example 1. My brother and I rarely see eye to eye on political issues, but we respect each other's views. Example 2. It's great when you find a business partner with whom you see eye to eye on major decisions. Example 3. Despite initial disagreements, the committee eventually saw eye to eye on the new budget. Take a back seat. This means to allow someone else to take control or be more prominent, to be less involved or active. Example 1. After leading the project for years, she decided to take a back seat and let a younger colleague lead. Example 2. Sometimes you need to take a back seat and observe before you can truly understand a situation. Example 3. He decided to take a back seat in the family business after his retirement. Through thick and thin. This means through good times and bad times, through all difficulties and challenges. It signifies unwavering loyalty or perseverance. Example 1. True friends stick together through thick and thin, celebrating successes and supporting during failures. Example 2. Our marriage has endured for 50 years, proving we've been there for each other through thick and thin. Example 3. The team remained loyal to their coach through thick and thin. Under your belt. This means acquired, gained through experience, especially referring to skills, achievements, or knowledge that you possess. Example 1. After completing that challenging project, he now has a significant achievement under his belt. Example 2. With 5 years of experience under her belt, she's a highly sought-after professional. Example 3. Every new language you learned is a valuable skill to have under your belt. Uphill battle. This describes a struggle or task that is very difficult and requires a lot of effort and perseverance to achieve. Example 1. Getting the new environmental policy approved will be an uphill battle due to strong opposition. Example 2. Learning a new language as an adult can feel like an uphill battle, but it's rewarding. Example 3. After the scandal, rebuilding the company's reputation was an uphill battle. Up in the air. This means undecided, uncertain, or still being planned or discussed, with no definite resolution yet. Example 1. Our travel plans for the summer are still up in the air. We haven't booked anything yet. Example 2. The results of the election are still up in the air as votes are being counted. Example 3. With the budget cuts, many of the company's future projects are up in the air. Wipe the slate clean. This means to ignore past problems, mistakes, or disagreements and start fresh. To make a new beginning. Example 1. After their argument, they decided to wipe the slate clean and focus on rebuilding their friendship. Example 2. The new management's first decision was to wipe the slate clean and implement entirely new policies. Example 3. Sometimes the best way to move forward is to wipe the slate clean and forget old grievances. Word of mouth. This refers to communication by speaking rather than by written or formal means. Information transmitted orally from person to person. Example 1. Most of our new customers come to us through word-of-mouth referrals. Example 2. The restaurant gained popularity quickly simply by word of mouth. Example 3. In the age of social media, word of mouth still plays a powerful role in advertising. Zero in on. To focus all attention on something specific. To direct one's aim or efforts precisely towards a target. Example 1. The detectives began to zero in on the suspect after finding a crucial piece of evidence. Example 2. We need to zero in on the root cause of the problem, not just treat the symptoms. Example 3. The marketing team decided to zero in on a specific demographic for their new product. Jump the gun. To do something too soon, prematurely, or without careful thought. To act impulsively. Example 1. He apologized for jumping the gun and announcing the news before it was official. Example 2. Don't jump the gun on buying tickets. Prices might drop closer to the event. Example 3. The team didn't want to jump the gun and release the product before it was fully tested. Loose cannon. This describes an unpredictable or uncontrolled person, especially one who causes damage or problems. Example 1. The new employee is a bit of a loose cannon. You never know what he's going to say or do. Example 2. The politician's unfiltered comments made him seem like a loose cannon to the public. Example 3. You can't rely on him. He's a loose cannon in any team setting. Neck and neck. This means very close in a competition or race, with both competitors having an equal chance of winning. Example 1. In the final lap, the two runners were neck and neck, making it an exciting finish. Example 2. The poll results show that the two political candidates are neck and neck. Example 3. After 3 rounds, the scores were neck and neck in the chess tournament. Off the hook. This means free from obligation, blame, or trouble. Example 1. The evidence proved he was innocent, so he was finally off the hook for the crime. Example 2. Thanks for covering my shift. You really let me off the hook. Example 3. I thought I had to pay a fine, but they let me off the hook with a warning. Over my dead body. This is a very emphatic and determined expression meaning absolutely not. I will prevent it by any means necessary. Example 1. They want to cut the library's budget? Over my dead body. Example 2. My parents said, over my dead body, will you stay out past midnight? Example 3. He said he would never sell his family home. Over my dead body. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. To imagine what it is like to be in another person's situation, often to better understand their feelings, actions, or perspective. Example 1. Before you criticize him, try to put yourself in his shoes and understand the pressure he's under. Example 2. A good leader knows how to put themselves in their employees' shoes. Example 3. It's hard to judge until you put yourself in someone else's shoes. Read the room. To assess the general mood, atmosphere, or understanding of a group of people in a particular situation, and adjust one's behavior or communication accordingly. Example 1. The comedian failed to read the room and continued telling offensive jokes. Example 2. A good salesperson knows how to read the room before making their pitch. Example 3. She decided not to bring up the controversial topic. She could read the room and knew it wasn't the right time. Rub someone the wrong way. To annoy or irritate someone. To create a negative impression or cause a subtle feeling of dislike. Example 1. His constant complaining tends to rub people the wrong way. Example 2. I don't know what it is about him, but he just rubs me the wrong way. Example 3. Her overly aggressive sales tactics rubbed potential customers the wrong way. Shoot the breeze. To chat informally and casually, typically about unimportant things. Example 1. After work, we often grab a coffee and just shoot the breeze for a while. Example 2. It was nice to sit on the porch and shoot the breeze with my neighbors. Example 3. They spent the afternoon shooting the breeze about their weekend plans. Straight from the horse's mouth. This means directly from the original or most reliable source. Example 1. I didn't believe the rumor until I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Example 2. The official announcement came straight from the horse's mouth on the company's website. Example 3. He prefers to get his news straight from the horse's mouth rather than relying on hearsay. Table a motion. In a formal meeting, this means to postpone discussion or action on a proposal, typically to be discussed later. Example 1. The committee voted to table the motion until next month's meeting, awaiting more data. Example 2. Due to time constraints, we had to table the motion regarding the new marketing strategy. Example 3. The chairperson decided to table the motion on the budget cuts for further review. Take a toll. To have a serious, damaging, or exhausting effect on someone or something over time. Example 1. The constant stress of his job began to take a toll on his health. Example 2. Years of heavy usage have started to take a toll on the old machinery. Example 3. The recent economic downturn has taken a toll on small businesses. The big picture. This refers to the overall perspective or all the important aspects of a situation rather than the small details. Example 1. Don't get lost in the minor details. Try to focus on the big picture. Example 2. The CEO explained the big picture for the company's future growth. Example 3. Sometimes you need to step back and look at the big picture to understand what's truly important. The 11th hour. This means at the last possible moment, just before the deadline or the very last possible time. Example 1. We managed to submit the proposal at the 11th hour just minutes before the deadline. Example 2. The rescue team arrived at the 11th hour to save the trapped climbers. Example 3. She always leaves her studies until the 11th hour before exams. To get bent out of shape, to become excessively angry, upset, or agitated, often over something minor or insignificant. Example 1. Don't get bent out of shape over a little spill. It's easy to clean up. Example 2. He tends to get bent out of shape if his plans change unexpectedly. Example 3. There's no need to get bent out of shape about constructive criticism. 2 peas in a pod. This describes two people who are very similar in appearance, personality, or habits, especially in a way that is positive and complementary. Example 1. My sister and I are like 2 peas in a pod. We enjoy all the same activities. Example 2. The twins are literally 2 peas in a pod. You can barely tell them apart. Example 3. They've been best friends since kindergarten. They're truly 2 peas in a pod. Under the gun. This means under pressure, especially due to a tight deadline or urgent circumstances. Example 1. The design team is really under the gun to finish the new website by Friday. Example 2. He's been under the gun with all the recent changes at work. Example 3. The athletes are always under the gun to perform at their peak. Wash your hands of, to cease to be responsible for someone or something, to disclaim responsibility or involvement. Example 1. After repeated warnings, the bank decided to wash their hands of the client's troublesome account. Example 2. She tried to help him, but eventually she had to wash her hands of the situation. Example 3. The company chose to wash their hands of the failing subsidiary. Hit the ground running. To start a new job, project or activity successfully and with great energy and immediate effectiveness without needing a slow adjustment period. Example 1. The new CEO plans to hit the ground running on day 1, implementing major reforms. Example 2. Thanks to his extensive training, he was able to hit the ground running in his new role. Example 3. To complete this project on time, we need to hit the ground running from the very beginning. Back to basics. To return to fundamental principles or methods, often when original or simple approaches are deemed more effective. Example 1. Our current strategy isn't working. We need to go back to basics and reassess our core values. Example 2. The coach made the team go back to basics during practice to refine their fundamental skills. Example 3. Sometimes when problems get complicated, it helps to go back to basics and simplify. Cat got your tongue? An informal way to ask someone why they are silent or not speaking, often used when someone is unusually quiet. Example 1. You've been very quiet since you got back. What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Example 2. The teacher asked a question and no one answered. Cat got your tongue? She asked playfully. Example 3. He seemed surprised and couldn't respond. It was like the cat got his tongue. Have a whale of a time. To have a very enjoyable or exciting time. Example 1. We went to the amusement park yesterday and had a whale of a time on all the roller coasters. Example 2. I hope you have a whale of a time at the party tonight. Example 3. Despite the rain, the kids had a whale of a time playing in the puddles. Run out of steam. To lose energy, enthusiasm, or momentum, typically when doing something for a long period. Example 1. Towards the end of the long hike, I started to run out of steam, but I pushed through. Example 2. The project team started strong, but they began to run out of steam as the deadline approached. Example 3. After working all day, I just run out of steam by the evening. Saved by the bell. To be rescued from a difficult, embarrassing, or unpleasant situation just in time, often by an interruption. Example 1. I was about to answer a really tough question in class when the dismissal bell rang. I was saved by the bell. Example 2. I thought I was going to be late, but the train was delayed, and I was saved by the bell. Example 3. Just as he was about to get caught, his phone rang, and he was saved by the bell. The whole 9 yards. Everything. All of it. The complete amount or full extent of something. Example 1. When we decided to redecorate the living room, we went the whole 9 yards, getting new furniture, paint, and accessories. Example 2. For her birthday, he decorated the entire house, cooked a gourmet meal, and bought her a special gift. He went the whole 9 yards. Example 3. The report wasn't just good, it was perfect, covering the whole 9 yards of the research. Understanding tone and nuance, beyond the literal. Just like in part 1, remember that many idioms and slang terms, even those considered common, can carry a specific tone. Your voice, emphasis, and context are paramount in conveying the intended meaning. For instance, take the high road always implies positive, principled behavior, while pull rank can often suggest a less favorable authoritarian action. Decoding fast English, mastering comprehension. The ability to understand idioms and slang when native speakers use them quickly is a hallmark of advanced fluency. It often feels like a puzzle, but with the right strategies, you can become adept at deciphering these linguistic shortcuts. Here are comprehensive strategies to help you understand even when the words fly by. 1. Hyper focus on context. This is your most powerful decryption tool. If you miss the exact idiom, do not panic. Instead, pay extreme attention to every other word spoken, the entire situation, the speaker's emotional state, and the overarching topic of the conversation. The surrounding context will frequently provide the clearest and most definitive clues about the idiom's meaning. Think of it as painting a picture around the missing piece. If someone says, "I'm completely exhausted, I've run out of zrenia," even if you miss steam, the context of exhaustion strongly implies a loss of energy. 2. Observe visual cues and body language. Beyond spoken words, a wealth of information is conveyed through nonverbal communication. A gesture, a facial expression, a sigh, a shrug, or even a shift in posture can speak volumes, often providing the crucial missing link to understanding an idiom. If someone says, "I'm in a pickle," and they simultaneously show a stressed facial expression or hold their head in their hands, the nonverbal cues immediately clarify that they are in a difficult situation. 3. Grasp the main idea and emotional tone. Even if you cannot pinpoint the exact idiom or the precise slang term, try to grasp the overall message or the speaker's general sentiment. Did they sound positive, negative, confused, happy, annoyed, excited, resigned? Often simply understanding the emotional tone or the gist of the communication is sufficient to keep up with the conversation and respond appropriately. Do not let one missed phrase derail your entire comprehension of the discussion. Get the essence, and you're well on your way to maintaining conversational flow. Interactive decoding challenge. Let's test your decoding skills with some scenarios. Listen carefully, consider the context and any implied tone, and try to understand the meaning of the idiom or slang. Scenario: I've been working on this report for 16 hours straight. I'm completely run out of steam. What does run out of steam mean here? It means to lose energy, enthusiasm, or momentum. Scenario: Our new manager is incredibly efficient. She truly hits the ground running every morning. What does hits the ground running mean? It means she starts a new activity or project immediately and with great effectiveness. Scenario: He was about to tell a secret, but then he suddenly stopped and seemed to bite his tongue. What does bite his tongue mean? It means he stopped himself from saying something, likely to avoid saying something inappropriate. Scenario: We've had such an amazing time here in New York. We're truly having a whale of a time. What does having a whale of a time mean? It means they are having a very enjoyable or exciting time. Scenario: The election results are still being counted. It's too close to call. The two candidates are absolutely neck and neck. What does neck and neck mean? It means they are very close in a competition with an equal chance of winning. Scenario: I told her exactly what I thought, straight from the horse's mouth, so there's no room for misunderstanding. What does straight from the horse's mouth mean? It means directly from the original and most reliable source. Scenario: I was about to make a huge mistake with my investments, but then the stock market suddenly closed for the day. I was totally saved by the bell. What does saved by the bell mean? It means rescued from a difficult, embarrassing, or unpleasant situation just in time by an interruption. Scenario: He used to be a great leader, but lately he seems to be losing control. He's becoming a bit of a loose cannon. What does loose cannon mean? It means an unpredictable or uncontrolled person, especially one who causes problems. Scenario: I need to stop letting work consume my life. I have too much on my plate and it's starting to take a toll on my health. What does take a toll mean? It means I have a serious, damaging, or exhausting effect on someone or something. Scenario: our old methods aren't working anymore. It's time to go back to basics and reevaluate our fundamental principles. What does back to basics mean? It means to return to fundamental principles or methods. Fantastic job if you got those. This kind of active listening, coupled with context clues and observing nonverbal signals, is exactly what will help you improve your comprehension exponentially and make you a master at understanding fast-paced conversations. Confident application, using phrases in your own speech. Now for the truly empowering part, confidently integrating these phrases into your own speech. The ultimate goal isn't just to understand these expressions passively, but to actively use them, making your English sound more natural, fluid, and authentically American. Stop thinking of them as mere definitions in a dictionary. Instead, visualize and create real-life scenarios where you could genuinely use them. This proactive approach transforms abstract knowledge into practical communication skills. The transformative power of small, consistent steps cannot be overstated. Remember our advice from Part 1. Select just one or two new idioms or slang terms each week. Don't try to memorize them all at once. Choose a manageable number. Write them down in a dedicated notebook or a digital document. For each one, think of 3 different personal ways you could use them in your own life this week. Perhaps you truly want to go the extra mile on a project, or you're feeling like you have a lot on your plate. Make it relatable to your experiences. Then take the crucial step. Try to use them. Do not be afraid to experiment, even if you stumble or feel a bit awkward at first. It's part of the learning process. Try these phrases with English-speaking friends, in a language exchange with a tutor, or even just when you're talking out loud to yourself while practicing. The more you actively use them, the more natural and comfortable they will feel in your own speech. Repetition, application, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone are the undeniable keys to mastery. You've absolutely got this. Scenario practice, applying new idioms. Let's do some scenario practice together. I'll describe a common situation, and you mentally or even aloud think of which idiom or slang term we've discussed today would fit best. Scenario: you are leading a new project and you want to ensure it gets off to a really strong and effective start, with everyone working hard from day one. What would you want the team to do? Response: you'd want them to hit the ground running. Scenario: you've had a truly fantastic time on your vacation, better than you expected. How would you describe your experience to a friend? Response: you'd say, we had a whale of a time on our vacation. Scenario: you're feeling overwhelmed with numerous responsibilities at work and home. How would you explain why you can't take on another task? Response: you'd say, I can't take on anything else right now. I already have a lot on my plate. Scenario: you need to give a quick, concise summary of a complex business proposal to a busy colleague. What phrase would you use to introduce your summary? Response: you'd say, to put it in a nutshell. Scenario: you're working on a crucial report that has a very tight deadline, and you're feeling intense pressure to complete it. How would you describe your situation? Response: you'd say, I'm really under the gun to finish this report. Scenario: You are trying to find a very specific piece of information, and you've looked everywhere, exploring every possibility. What idiom captures this exhaustive effort? Response: you've decided to leave no stone unturned. Scenario: you need to express that a certain decision is still undecided and that there's no definite outcome yet. How would you phrase this uncertainty? Response: you'd say, the jury is still out on that decision. Scenario: you're discussing a long term plan, emphasizing that while it might be challenging now, it will yield benefits in the future. What idiom would you use? Response: you'd say, it will all pay off in the long run. Scenario: you are in a meeting and you want to ensure that your ideas and understanding align perfectly with those of a colleague. What idiom describes this perfect synchronization? Response: you'd say, I think we're on the same wavelength here. Scenario: you want to stress that a particular safety rule must be followed absolutely without any exceptions or excuses. How would you convey this firm stance? Response: you'd say, this rule must be followed. No ifs, ands, or buts. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Polishing your use to truly master these expressions and sound authentic. Not merely like you're reciting from a textbook, we must address common mistakes and, more importantly, equip you with strategies to avoid them. Even highly advanced learners can inadvertently stumble here, so pay close attention, as these nuances can significantly impact how your English is perceived. Mistake 1: literal interpretation revisited. This is without a doubt the most prevalent pitfall for idioms. Remember, idioms are by definition not literal. Their meaning cannot be logically deduced from the individual words that compose them. If someone says, you need to read the fine print, they don't mean physically touching tiny words. They imply paying extremely close attention to important details. Always internalize that the overall meaning of an idiom is entirely distinct from the sum of its individual words. You must learn idioms as complete, self-contained units of meaning, often with a story or historical context behind them. Example: cry wolf. Correct usage: he's always complaining about minor issues. People just think he's crying wolf when there's a real problem, meaning giving false alarms. Incorrect interpretation: the baby made a loud noise like a wolf and started crying. Completely misses the idiomatic meaning. Example: get a grip. Correct usage: stop panicking and get a grip. We can figure this out calmly, meaning gain control of your emotions. Incorrect interpretation: I need to get a grip on the steering wheel because it's slippery. Refers to physical grasping. Example: jump the gun. Correct usage: she apologized for jumping the gun and announcing the news before it was official, meaning acting too soon. Incorrect interpretation: the runner accidentally jumped the gun at the start of the race. Refers to the literal action in a race, not always incorrect, but often used metaphorically. Example: loose cannon. Correct usage: you never know what he's going to say. He's a bit of a loose cannon in meetings, meaning unpredictable person. Incorrect interpretation: the pirate ship had a loose cannon rolling on the deck. Refers to a literal cannon. Example: put yourself in someone else's shoes. Correct usage: before criticizing, try to put yourself in her shoes to understand her perspective. Meaning, imagine being in their situation. Incorrect interpretation: my shoes are wet. Can I put myself in someone else's shoes? Refers to literally changing footwear. Mistake 2: overusage or forcing it. While the excitement of learning new phrases is completely understandable, Resist the temptation to cram an idiom or slang term into every single sentence. Doing so makes your speech sound unnatural, forced, and ironically, less fluent rather than more. A few well placed, naturally integrated expressions are far more impactful and will genuinely make you sound fluent, rather than merely like you are trying too hard to impress. Think of it like seasoning a delicious dish. A small amount can significantly enhance the flavor, but too much will overpower and ruin it. Less is consistently more when it comes to the effective use of idioms and slang. Example of overusage. I had a lot on my plate today, trying to get something off the ground, and the whole time I felt under the gun, hoping I wouldn't lose my temper and that I could hit the ground running. While individually correct, strung together like this, it sounds forced and unnatural. Better approach. I had a lot on my plate today, feeling under the gun to get this project off the ground. I just tried to hit the ground running. More natural flow, using fewer, more impactful idioms where they truly fit. Mistake 3, misunderstanding connotation. Some idioms and slang in particular carry subtle negative connotations or might be very specific to a certain age group, subculture, or geographical region. If you are ever unsure about the exact feeling, typical user, or appropriate context of a term, it is always safer to stick to the more generally accepted phrases or simply ask a trusted native speaker directly. Is this a common phrase? Does it have a specific feeling? Would you use it in this situation? Always err on the side of caution until you are completely confident in a phrase's nuanced meaning and usage. Rub someone the wrong way. This term inherently carries a negative connotation, implying annoyance or irritation. Using it to describe a positive interaction would be incorrect. Pass the buck. This idiom implies shifting blame or responsibility, which is generally viewed negatively as it avoids accountability. Cry wolf. As discussed, this has a negative connotation, implying a loss of credibility due to false alarms. Mistake 4. Not adjusting to formality. This crucial point circles back directly to our initial discussion about the formality spectrum. Using very casual idioms or slang from the common category in a highly formal setting, or vice versa, can be jarring. For instance, using two peas in a pod in a formal business report might sound too informal, while using by no means in a casual chat with friends might sound overly stiff. Always meticulously consider your audience, the nature of your relationship with them, and the specific context you are in. Adapting your language accordingly is not just good manners. It is a fundamental aspect of effective and appropriate communication in any language. Table emotion. This is highly specific to formal meeting procedures. Using it in a casual conversation would sound out of place. Shoot the breeze. This is explicitly informal for chatting. Using it in a formal professional context would be inappropriate. Over my dead body. While impactful, its strong emotional charge makes it suitable for informal, passionate declarations, not formal negotiations or polite refusals. Okay, it is now challenge time for you, our dedicated and aspiring English learners. This week, I want to issue a very specific call to action. Actively seek out opportunities to use at least one new idiom and one new slang term from this Part 2 episode in your English conversations. Push yourself a little beyond your comfort zone. This could be with a friend, a language partner, a tutor, or even practicing out loud to yourself, perhaps by narrating your day's events using some of these newly acquired phrases. For instance, if you had a very productive start to your day, you might tell yourself, I really hit the ground running this morning. The key is to really think about the appropriate context and the intended meaning before you use them. Remember, the absolute best way to learn and internalize these expressions is by actively doing and experimenting in real world scenarios. Then I invite you to come back to the comments section below this video and share your experiences. Tell us which phrases you used and how it went. Did you feel more confident using them? Did you get a positive reaction from the person you were speaking with? Did you surprise yourself with how naturally they came out? I am genuinely eager to read every single one of your stories and celebrate your progress. Sharing your experiences not only reinforces your own learning, but also inspires and encourages everyone else in our vibrant English in Moments community. You have truly done an incredible job today, embarking on a path that significantly elevates your English proficiency. Mastering these authentic expressions is an ongoing journey, a continuous process of learning and refinement. However, it is precisely this journey that makes your English so much richer, more vibrant, and undeniably American. You are not merely learning words. You are gaining a profound insight into the culture, the subtle nuances of communication, and the very way native speakers truly think, feel, and express themselves. This, my friends, is where genuine fluency truly blossoms. Remember the idioms and slang we covered in part 1, like under the weather, piece of cake, and lit, combined with the new phrases from today's episode, like the bottom line, get a grip, and hit the ground running, provide you with a powerful toolkit for authentic communication. Practice them, listen for them, and don't be afraid to try them out. Consistency is key. If this episode brought you substantial value, and I sincerely hope it did, please remember to give us a thumbs up right now. Your support is invaluable. It truly helps our channel grow and reach even more dedicated learners like you around the globe. Also, do not forget to leave a comment with your favorite new phrase or to share your challenge experience. I read every single one, and your engagement is the fuel that empowers this community. And if you haven't already, please absolutely subscribe to our channel, English in Moments. Hitting that bell icon will ensure you never miss a new episode, as we are here consistently, daily, to help you on your English learning journey, providing valuable insights, practical tips, and encouraging guidance. You can also find a treasure trove of additional resources and past episodes right here on our channel to continue your progress and explore other fascinating aspects of English. Keep practicing, keep immersing yourself, and keep embracing the incredible, rewarding journey of mastering English. I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode. Happy learning, everyone.